Part 1. For humanitarian and conservation reasons. Foie gras, banned in India, Argentina, and many European countries due to cruel force-feeding practices. Forest sparrow, a delicacy of French aristocracy, banned because the bird is endangered and the preparation method is inhumane. Whales and dolphins, banned in many countries and restricted from international trade to conserve wildlife. Beluga caviar, banned from import in the US and many countries to protect the endangered sturgeon species. Shark fin soup, banned or controlled in over 100 countries due to cruel fishing practices, fin removal and disposal. Rhino meat and horns, absolutely banned globally because rhinos are critically endangered animals. Poached for their horns, which are used as food and counterfeit medicine. Dog and cat meat, banned in many countries and some regions due to the trend of humanizing pets. Sea turtles and turtle eggs, globally banned from harvesting to protect all endangered sea turtle species. Live boiled lobster, Switzerland and some EU countries prohibit boiling live lobsters. Anesthesia is required before processing. White abalone, completely banned from harvesting in some North American coastal areas due to a severe decline in numbers. Abalone, strictly restricted international trade to prevent depletion of natural resources. Live monkey brains, banned in most countries due to extreme cruelty and the risk of infectious disease transmission. Caged veal, many U.S. states and EU countries prohibit the practice of raising calves in cramped cages that restrict movement. Wild sturgeon, globally banned from harvesting for roe, currently only farmed sturgeon roe is permitted for trade. Black coral, banned from harvesting and trading to protect the valuable coral reef ecosystem in the ocean. Rare sea cucumbers, some endemic species are seasonally banned or completely prohibited from being caught in protected marine areas. Napoleon fish, this reef fish is restricted from being caught and consumed in many Southeast Asian countries. Primate meat, banned for conservation purposes and to prevent the spread of epidemics to humans. Horse meat, consumption is restricted in the US and some countries because horses are considered companion animals. Wild bird eggs, many rare seabird species are prohibited from having their eggs harvested to ensure the survival of their natural populations. Part 2. For health and food safety reasons. Haggis, this dish is banned in the US because it contains sheep lungs, failing to meet US hygiene standards. Unpasteurized milk, banned in many US states and some other countries due to the high risk of bacterial contamination. Farmed salmon, Australia and Russia restrict or ban it due to concerns about quality and dyeing during the farming process. Pufferfish, completely banned in many European countries because it contains the extremely potent toxin tetrodotoxin, which can be fatal. Maggot cheese, a delicacy from Sardinia, Italy, banned by the EU due to hygiene concerns as it contains live larvae. Blood pudding, restricted in many developed countries due to the risk of bacterial, parasitic, and Streptococcus suis infections. Tonka bean, banned in the US because it contains coumarin, a substance harmful to the liver and cardiovascular system. Unripe ackee fruit, banned from fresh import in the US due to the presence of hypoglycin, a toxin that causes vomiting and coma. Bear meat, banned or subject to extremely strict controls because it often contains the trichinella parasite, which is fatal to humans. Red snapper, prohibited from fishing and consumption in certain sea areas contaminated with heavy metals or radiation. Mad cow meat, strictly banned from export and consumption in areas with outbreaks to protect consumers. Rapeseed oil with high erucic acid content, restricted in the food industry due to concerns about toxicity causing myocardial damage. Absinthe, once banned in many countries because it contains high doses of thujone, which causes hallucinations and neurological damage. Sprouted potatoes, contain high concentrations of solanine. Their public sale is discouraged to avoid poisoning. Poisonous wild mushrooms. Species of mushrooms containing deadly toxins are strictly prohibited from being sold. Wild cherries, Seeds contain cyanide and are banned from mass food processing unless the kernels are removed. Industrially dyed chicken. Banned because the use of dyes not on the list of food safety standards is prohibited. Water spinach irrigated with used motor oil. Strictly prohibited due to the accumulation of heavy metals and carcinogens from waste oil. Toad meat. Prohibited from being sold commercially because the liver, eggs, and skin of toads contain the extremely potent toxin bufotoxin, which can cause rapid cardiac arrest. Jellyfish. Prohibited or restricted from consumption fresh because they contain stinging cells carrying toxins that can cause anaphylactic shock or acute pulmonary edema. Castor seeds. Prohibited from use as food and strictly controlled in extraction because they contain ricin, one of the world's most potent natural toxins. Even a tiny amount is fatal. Wild cucumbers contain a naturally bitter toxin and are listed as an unsafe ingredient. Bitter apples. A desert fruit with an extremely bitter taste. Banned from culinary use due to its strong toxicity. Old loofah gourds. When overripe, they accumulate a thick, bitter liquid and become fibrous, making them unsuitable for consumption. Improperly fermented shark can cause severe ammonia poisoning if the fermentation process does not meet standards.